And now, it's my honor to introduce someone truly inspiring. Please join me in warmly welcoming the founder and CEO of the World Women Foundation, Ms. RUPA Dash.
Well, the room is so small that it doesn't take so much time to walk into the stage, but the music is longer. Well, good morning. Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for joining. This is our first World Women House. Ladies, let's give a big round of applause. Good morning, distinguished leaders, partners, and friends from all across the world. We have more than 4,000 people register for this event. There are so many events happening, and we have more than 500,000 people interested in joining the live stream. So, all congratulations to you. Thank you. This year's theme is Power of Dialogue. We asked ourselves a very simple question. Can dialogue unlock equality moonshot? The answer is yes, it can. Yet in our current era of polarization, geopolitical fracture, and climate urgency, we see that equality should be in the center of making change. The Equality Moonshot pioneered by World Women Foundation challenges us to think 50 years ahead, to design beyond election cycles and market quarters, and to move from scarcity of thinking to possibilities of what we can do with our abundant mindset. It demands that we integrate economies with empathy, innovation, and inclusion. And that's exactly why we are here. Over the next few days, over the whole week, you will hear from women who are negotiating peace, women who are building economies, companies, women who are shaping culture, and women who govern the nation, and women who are writing the new chapter of AI, finance, media, and policy. Our mission is not just to create impact in this room, but beyond this room. And how we do that, we provide access to capital, we build communities, we also provide commerce opportunities to deserving women entrepreneurs, and we have built a community of more than 50,000 women globally. And this particular house would not have been possible without committed partners. And one of our partner, Roland Berger, has been our partner for the last 2 years, and they have shaped the agenda and have brought the right voices into the room. Dassault Systems, our innovation partner with Apple Vision Pro demo in the other room, and the Living Heart, virtual heart, where you can see how your heart is functioning. It shows how innovation and dialogue can really change the world. Russell Reynolds as our leadership partner, L Acoustic, as you see, you will experience extraordinary culture and sound moments throughout the whole week, and it is brought to you by L Acoustic. Today, as we open the doors to World Women House, we also open doors to possibilities. Let's unlock what's possible with the dialogue. And with that, I want to invite one of the most extraordinary female leaders. I have the good fortune of knowing her for the last 2 years, Maria MIKHAYLENKO, Global MD of Ronald Berger.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. I try. Okay, I go with this one. Okay, let's see if it works. Thank you very much. And it's really a great pleasure. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, dear friends, it's an honor to welcome you to the World Women Davos Agenda 2026 this year, and to the first World Women House at Davos. Before I begin, let me extend my deepest gratitude to the World Women Foundation and RUPA Dash personally for bringing us together again for Women Davos Agenda this year, creating the space for this conversation at this moment. If we are honest, gender equality is probably not at the center of the agenda right now. Last year, we were discussing the backlash, you remember, right, against equality topics, and against the idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the rise of reactionary mindsets in the center of society. But since then, the topic has not advanced. Actually, quite the opposite. The topic has largely been pushed off the stage. Sadly, not because the issue has been resolved, but because the agenda is now dominated by other topics. Geopolitical tension, economic pressure, security concerns, a polycrisis that absorbs attention and also political capital currently, right? In that context, gender equality today is often treated as something we can leave for the later, once the things are stabilized. And that's precisely that matters so much that now, this week, 4.5, 5 days, we will be gathering here in the World Women Davos house, our house, to discuss how, for example, artificial intelligence, lasting reinventions, sustainability, and inclusive leadership go together to decide about the actions and the future. We will see through the different geographical areas, we will have different angles in these 5 days, in the experience of many young talents are now confronted with a rapid technological change in a setup where it's sometimes very difficult to see where the truth is. And the World Women Davos Agenda is founded on the principle of fostering collaboration and the joint discussions, right? And it creates a distinctive platform to bring together the leaders, innovators, politicians, and the change makers from various sectors to come together to challenge the status quo. And this year, with a focus on artificial intelligence, where we jointly have to take responsibility, it's important that we bring this topic on the stage. Interestingly, when I shared that we are going to be here talking about artificial intelligence, some of the colleagues and clients asking me, yeah, but why it should be a women's issue? And I get that. At the first glance, it looks misplaced. Because AI is about what? Productivity, growth, change, efficiency. But why bring gender to it? Let me tell you, with the AI revolution, we are about to change the system we are operating, while fundamental inequalities remains unsolved. And the problem with it is that technology doesn't fix the weak systems. Technology scales it. And AI trained on non-diversified data and can reinforce discrimination and stereotypes. And when acceleration meets the political and organizational rollback, imbalances we've been fighting for so long, even hardening. And we as women experience this first, because too many of the decisions shaping this phase are still made without us. So when I'm looking at AI, I'm not looking at a set of tools. I'm looking at a system of power. And the system that determines what becomes visible, what scales, which decisions we take, and we automate, and which voices never enter in the process at all. This is where women agenda and AI agenda gets together. Women remain significantly underrepresented in the most consequential AI decision areas: design, training, deployment, regulation. And the result is operational bias, or even more than that. By lack of representation, bias is not only remained, it's scaled and institutionalized. With this, AI-driven decisions in hiring, healthcare, and finance are widening inequalities. And automated AI tools may only disadvantage women even more because of the bias. And we are all here responsible for this. Many of the decisions that will shape the next phase of AI-driven transformation are being taken now. And decisions about governance frameworks, workforce transition, access to reskilling, and the financing, these choices will not be easy to revisit once the system is there. That's why we better get involved all together in this platform to decide how we can shape the future, how we can overcome the systematic barriers. Roland Berger today here is not just as a partner, but as a participant to this mission, because we commit to the diversity and equality. We advise our clients to build and diversified teams, diversified strategies, the diversified systems, while going through the biggest transformation of the last decades, driven by AI. And our mission here is a knowledge partner to help to bring insights, data, and expertise to this. And this is not about us being alone, it's about what we can achieve together. The World Women Davos Agenda 26, that's a true collaboration and impact which we can discuss jointly. Over these days, we will engage with stories that should inspire us what is possible, and remind that the leaders who are shaping the systems with a passion and drive can create a really better environment for all of us. That pioneers who are transforming communities through the democratizing technology, they are building the future for us and for our kids in the coming years. So as we begin, I invite you to really approach this discussion with boldness and intention. Share your stories, your challenges, and your solutions. We don't have ready-made answers. We are here to discuss. Every woman in this room and our online audience is a testament to what is possible when the talent meet resilience and the vision meet opportunity. I wish you all a stimulating and impactful event over this week, and full of insights and discussions which we can jointly bring into action. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Maria. I'll take this opportunity to invite another incredible leader, Carolina MÜLLER-MÖHL, the investor and philanthropist and equality advocate. She has been a fierce voice even before we built this house. It's my honor to invite you on stage for your opening remarks.
Thank you, RUPA, and good morning, everyone. How are you? How do you feel? Is it a little full in here? Why is it full in here? You don't have a seat elsewhere, I guess, right? So, RUPA, thank you so much for building this house. It's incredible. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to be with all of you, and I'm going to repeat what just has been said. Why am I going to repeat? Because it's important that we say it over and over again. So what you just heard, you will hear again, probably throughout that whole week. And I'm gonna apologize to be repetitive. Because me too, I will have to begin with a very uncomfortable truth. We are not living in a time of natural progress of women in the world. We are living in a deliberate pushback across politics, across business, finance, science, and diplomacy. We over and over, unfortunately, see the same pattern. Women are underrepresented. We are increasingly pushed out. We are marginalized, and we are excluded in some countries. And this is, unfortunately, not accidental. It reflects, in my view, a broader shift in our global communication culture. We have entered an age where loudness is awarded. Simplicity is weaponized, and dominance is mistaken for leadership. A culture where monologue replaces dialogue, and where capacity to listen, integrate, and reflect is treated as weakness and not as strength. And this is precisely why we're here today. And one question has become even more urgent. How do we bring more women to the table? Because research is remarkably consistent. Women tend to communicate in a more dialogue-oriented way, more listening, fewer interruptions, greater nuance, more integration of perspectives. And this is not because of our biology, it's because society have long assigned women to the emotional and connective labor. This is why. But you know what, women? We will only move into a position of real influence if women support women. And we have to do that with the same strategic clarity and consistency that men do it for centuries. Men do not wait to like each other before they open doors. They understand that power is built through alliances, not affections, my dear ladies. Women, by contrast, and this is science, often believe they must first get along. This is a generous instinct, but it's not a strategic one. If we want more women on the table, we must bring them with us. We must recommend them. We must lift them. And we must insist on their presence on the table. Not because we like them and not because we are friends, but because women are the future. Talking future. We are missing one essential conversation. A serious, structural dialogue between finance ministries, central banks, and gender economists about the simple fact that closing the gender gap is not a social policy, but one of the strongest economic growth strategies available, my dear friends. This we must make clear. And so, dear friends of the World Women Foundation and the World Women House, let us use this space. I know it's not the largest space, but believe me, next year we're gonna have an even larger house. Yes, Rupa? Yeah, let's get this larger house going on Panomarama Straße, right in the entrance, number 1. No, I'm joking. No, but let us also create a culture of dialogue, because it's powerful. Let us listen to each other, because that is leadership. And let us not wait till we are invited onto the table. If not here, when? If not now, when? So thank you for coming. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for believing in our gender, women. Goodbye.
Thank you, Carolina, for such an inspiring speech. Now it's the best part of World Women House, introducing our youth leaders. Because we believe the next generation is important in having an intergenerational dialogue. We just cannot talk to each other. We need all kind of generation integrated into our house. I would like to first invite Parisa Verma, a junior at Yale University.
Thank you so much, Rupa. Thank you for having me here. Good morning. As Rupa just said, my name is Parisa. I'm a junior at Yale University, and I'm also a student researcher, and I'm an aspiring physician working at the intersection of medicine, neuroscience, and the arts. And I'm so excited to be here in Davos this week with you all, because Davos is a space where we're encouraged not just to optimize systems, but to rethink them through conversation and dialogue. And that's exactly what my work aims to do in healthcare. My mission centers on a simple but often overlooked problem. Modern medicine is incredibly advanced, especially with improvements in AI, yet many patients still feel unseen, unheard, and disengaged from their own care. I study how creative practices, especially music, can be integrated into clinical settings to strengthen patient-provider connections, increase empathy, and improve well-being and health outcomes for all. Alongside this, I also conduct clinical research in prostate cancer and rare neuroendocrine tumors, so I've seen firsthand how isolating illness can be. What I'm looking for this week is collaboration from those who value human-centered care and creative health interventions. Together, I believe that we can make medicine not only more technically advanced, but more humane. Thank you so much.
I would love to invite Micah Latimer for her. She's one of our youth lead from senior from UC San Diego.
Good morning. My mother has been coming to Davos for the past 15 years. And through this exposure, I've heard these conversations repeatedly. Ambitious discussions about equity, leadership, and opportunity. What stood out over time isn't a lack of intention, but how often outcomes fall short. That's why I'm here. I'm interested in bridging the gap between how we talk about a gender-inclusive workforce and how those ideas are actually implemented. My name is MIKHAYLENKO Latimer, as RUPA mentioned. I'm studying psychology, focused on how institutional design shapes decision-making and access. The problem I'm working on is what happens between intention and impact. Many gender-focused initiatives are thoughtfully designed but fail in practice, particularly for women and young people. My focus is on listening to those directly affected, identifying where implementation breaks down, and translating those insights into systems that work better, again, in practice. Thank you. I'm beyond grateful to the World Women Foundation for this opportunity and excited to be in a room with people who have spent decades designing these systems because learning at the point of decision-making is unmatched. Thank you.
Our next youth leader, Anushka Shukla, freshman from George Washington University.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Anushka Shukla. I'm a freshman at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C., studying economics and international affairs. I chose international affairs because I live in a world that is increasingly more polarized. I believe that collaboration and commitment and conversations is the only way to move forward because it allows us to imagine the world in other people's shoes. It enables a more understanding society, and I hope to be part of that effort. I'm also committed to bringing change by fighting sexual abuse against young women. Often these victims are overlooked, and I believe that with help to regain stability in their lives, they can move forward with their experiences. I'm really grateful and excited for this wonderful opportunity provided by the World Women Foundation. Being able to see and listen to women who are policymakers, CEOs, researchers, doctors, and more, all in the same room, is so rare, and it's incredibly inspiring. As a young person passionate about the world and changing it, I'm here to learn and understand the systems that shape our society. I would be deeply appreciative if you could share your perspectives, offer mentorship, and help young leaders like me better understand how ideas turn into real change. Thank you for your time. I'm extremely honored to be here.
And last but not the least, Ayati Dashkar, our 8th grade student.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Yes. So my name is Ayati Dashkar. I'm an 8th grade student. I'm the Global Youth Lead for the World Women Foundation. I'm also the Global Youth Ambassador for the Heidesium Foundation, based right here in Switzerland. And I'm also the host of a podcast called Girls Talk STEM. This year's theme is the spirit of dialogue, and we are here celebrating the power of dialogue. But it's easy to talk to those who already agree with you. The real test of leadership in 2026 will be talking to those who disagree with you, fostering dialogue with those who don't agree with you. That's the whole point of the spirit of dialogue. And since we're celebrating this theme, we have to agree that we are living in a contested and fragmented world where trust has become a rare currency. But fragmentation is a choice, and cooperation is a practice. So let's rebuild that trust by listening more than we lecture. So let's do this, because many think that dialogue is a sign of weakness, of giving in, but I like to say it's the highest form of courage. It is the courage to speak up. It is the courage to turn up the volume for those who have been silenced. So this is where our equality moonshot begins. Our equality moonshot begins where we move from discussion to delivery. So, if you are ready to listen, I welcome you to the Listening Zone and the first ever World Women House in Davos. And I would like to welcome our moderator, Ms. Shelley Phillips, and the Right Honourable Ms. Helen Clark, former Prime Minister of New Zealand, to the stage if they're here yet. Yes.